In 2020, I first started sharing my art on Instagram, and I had dreams of growing my account to be as big as some of my favorite artists with hundreds and thousands of followers. And I thought if I just posted consistently and followed all of the social media art advice, then I could make my dreams come true. Fast forward to like 3 years later, and that still hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting. It might. I wouldn't say my experience has been all bad on the app, but I will say that the way I've approached the app in the past has definitely led to me getting stuck on my creative journey a couple of times. So to avoid letting my total mediocrity on Instagram go to waste, I figured I would talk about some of the art Instagram pitfalls that I have fallen into, and hopefully you can avoid making the same mistakes as me. Or if it's too late, we can wallow in self-pity together and reflect on how we've grown. Also, check out my hardware. Pretty sick. I have some tendonitis going on, I think. So, trying to fix that. All right. Instagram has pretty much always been a great place for creatives, especially visual artists like illustrators and photographers. And with the shift to video content, I would say that there's even more creative art forms that are thriving on the platform. But one issue with there being so many creatives on one platform is that it's almost too inspiring in a way. So let's say that you scroll on Instagram for 15 or 20 minutes. You could easily put your eyes on 500 pieces of art. That's like going to a new museum every single day, or going to like 5 art galleries every single day. Like, that's a lot of art. I personally struggle with having too many options. Like, if we sit down at a restaurant and the menu looks like a small novel, I'm going to just be sitting there muttering to myself, reading the options out loud for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna just need to ask someone else to help me decide. So at one point, opening my Instagram feed and seeing hundreds of inspiring pieces of art every single day was actually like very detrimental to my well-being and my creativity. I think seeing so many different types of art on a regular basis has caused me to kind of go in circles. At various points in time, I was trying to emulate various artists that I looked up to. It made me feel like I had no artistic voice whatsoever. There are just too many amazing artists out there to try to emulate all of them. Trying to find your art style or figuring out what kind of medium you want to use by looking at Instagram probably is not going to work. At least what has been working for me is just experimenting in my sketchbook, trying different things out and seeing what I like. Now, if I find a particular piece of art inspiring, whether I found it on Instagram or somewhere else, I try to take the time to analyze what it is about the art that I like so much. Is it something with the lighting, the composition, the colors, the shapes? And I found that to be much more helpful than just being like, I love Loish so much, I'm going to now try to paint like her. I think that there is so much value in studying your favorite artists, but I would say to avoid taking in too much inspiration or trying to make your art emulate too many people at once. At the end of the day, you're probably not going to be satisfied with your art until it really feels like you. So I just Googled it, and there are like 100 million active monthly users on Instagram in the United States. That's like a lot of people. And now it's easier for us as creators to make business profiles and figure out how we can get more of those eyes on our stuff, you know what I mean? I pretty much instantly became interested in my numbers, but then I started feeling bad when small accounts started growing faster than me. Whenever I would see an account that had like more than 10,000 followers, but only like 100 posts, I would scroll all the way down to the bottom to see how they did it, to try to figure out like how they grew so fast. And I was always thinking, am I doing something wrong? One thing that's really been helping me is thinking about how there's so many factors that go into where someone's at in their art career and on social media. And you might be comparing your step 5 to someone else's 5,000 or like 500,000. It also has so much to do with timing and luck. Now I'm just trying to trust that I am doing what's right and I'm in the right spot. I'm trying to think more about how the art I'm making is contributing to my overall creative journey and how fulfilling it is to me. And simply by focusing on my passion for art and sharing it with other people, I am trying to trust that I will land where I'm supposed to. And quite frankly, I might never have an art account with 200,000 followers, and that would be okay. So the Instagram algorithm is constantly changing, and it kind of feels like a part-time job just to keep up with it. Even pre-Instagram Reels, I was still trying to figure out what type of art did well in the algorithm. And one thing I noticed in like 2020 was that drawing pretty girls got me a lot of likes. And because pretty girl get like, I didn't even consider making art with other subject matter in it. Like, I kid you not, I only drew pretty girls. It was making me a little bit bored, and I didn't really feel like my art felt like me. I eventually put two and two together that I was only making art to please the Instagram algorithm. I felt like I didn't have my own voice in my paintings, and it actually led me to completely abandon portraits for a while. I took a step back from trying to please the Instagram algorithm, and I kind of just made whatever art I wanted to for a while. And I'm not gonna lie, my numbers definitely took a hit. But guess what? That's okay. It's not all about the likes, children and adults and anyone else. Through this process though, I realized that if you're only gonna be making art to appease an algorithm, you're probably not gonna enjoy yourself. You probably will not be able to keep making art just for the algorithm. Like, at some point you're gonna get bored or burnt out or lack inspiration, which is burnout, I guess. Anyways, at some point you're going to try to make art that's fulfilling to you, hopefully. That's the goal. Now I'm trying to find balance. I'm trying to figure out how I can create art and capture my art in a way that is both pleasing to the algorithms, but also very fulfilling to me, because that is like number one. And with time and maturity, not saying I'm mature, but I am more mature than I was back then, I'm realizing that I would way rather paint something that I absolutely adore and get 50 likes on it than paint something that I feel meh about and get 500 or 5,000 likes. Because my like is worth like all the likes. You know what I mean? All right, so no discussion of Instagram in 2023 would be complete without discussing the rise of Instagram Reels. I do think that they are the most viable way to grow an account, and some people like this more than others, let's just say. There's this audio on Instagram, it's saying something along the lines of like, hey Instagram, this is just a 7-second video of an image, take that, sucker. I feel like that represents the energy that a lot of people have towards the algorithm shift towards Reels. It's hard for me to say whether or not making all these Reels has been good or bad for my art. On one hand, I think that making Reels regularly has encouraged me to make more art, which is great. But on the other hand, it can be a little bit annoying to always feel like I need to be filming whenever I'm drawing or painting. And there's also extra time taken to set up filming equipment and to edit the videos, yada, yada, yada. I think that I learned not to overdo it when it comes to like shifting my process around an algorithm, if that makes sense. My end goal is to create art that I love, but I also do want to share it with people, and I don't think there's any like shame in leaning into algorithms in order to achieve that goal. So personally, I am kind of taking a little bit of a chill pill when it comes to making Instagram Reels, and if I grow slower as a result, so be it. If I post 0 Instagram Reels, I am pretty confident it's not gonna make or break my entire art career. Let's hope. I feel like I hear people talking about missing the old Instagram a lot. Like, one thing that I really miss about the old Instagram, and by that I kind of mean like Instagram pre-Reels era, was the amount of art challenges. I swear my feed used to be like all draw this in your style challenges. I don't know if it's just the people I follow or what's going on with that, but I feel like I never really see draw this in your style challenges as much as I used to, at least. To illustrate my point, I have hosted 3 Draw This in Your Style challenges on my account. The first one I hosted, I only had 150 followers, but I got 13 people to participate in drawing this scary ocean lightning lady. She was cool. The next one I did, I had 300 followers, I believe, and I got 2 people to participate in this cute orange lady. To be fair though, I think that I was kind of a little bit more inactive at the time. The third time I posted a Draw This in Your Style challenge, I had 600 followers and I only had 1 person participate prior to me mentioning it in a video. I talked about how my Draw This in Your Style challenge only got 1 person participating in it in a video, and as a result, 2 more people have participated. Woo! Raise a roof! What was I saying? So basically those 2 people, those are my sympathy participants, and I am so grateful for you. I feel like you guys were really looking out for my well-being by participating in my challenge. I am a big fan of Draw This in Your Style challenges, but I don't really go out of my way to find them. Like, they used to always be in my feed for some reason. So now I haven't participated in one in a long time. I'm hoping though, by talking about this, maybe the algorithm is listening to me and will start showing me more, because it'd be fun to participate in them again. Okay, so update. Literally a day after I filmed this, Katie Mai posted a Draw This in Your Style challenge and I participated. So thank you, universe. You are really looking out for me and I had so much fun drawing this. Yay. The lack of Draw This in Your Style challenges, or like art challenges in general, hasn't really impacted my art in major ways, but I would say it has impacted my ability to discover new artists and connect with artists. There's something so personal about drawing someone else's character or having someone draw something that you drew. It's just like such a great way to connect with people. I don't know, I need to like seek out the art challenge Instagram community. I'm sure it's still out there, but I guess I just need to seek it out instead of being so lazy and looking at Instagram reels like a loser. Just kidding. That doesn't make me a loser. And honestly, for me, I still think it's valuable, even if just a few people participate. Like, it's still a fun thing to do, and like, it doesn't matter about the numbers. And if I find myself in a mood where I want to do a Draw This in Your Style challenge, you best believe I'm gonna do it, because why the heck not? I feel like that was a lot of negativity from one video, but don't get me wrong, I still love Instagram for so many reasons. First of all, it's such a great way to make art friends. Like, I personally have a lot of creative friends, but I don't have a lot of friends that do visual arts and illustration and painting and all that stuff. So it's really fun to connect with other people with the same interests as me online. It's also a great way to find new artists, to find inspiration. If you get overwhelmed like me, maybe in moderation. Also, I kind of view it as like an art portfolio. And I also think it's so fun to like make stories and like connect with people in a more casual way without having to make like a 20-minute YouTube video, for example. So for me, I found it really important to not get caught up in the numbers and to really just focus on my own art and my art journey. That is number one. Because who knows, with the way that things are going, Elon Musk could just buy Instagram and he could put it on a SpaceX jet and blast it off to outer space. And then it wouldn't even matter if I had 100,000 followers, because now they'd be in space. I think that was enough talking for one sitting for me. If you like this video, I suggest you watch my video talking about my digital art journey. It kind of discusses a lot of the phases I touched on in this video, but in more detail. And again, you can learn from my mistakes in that video. I'm making so many mistakes for the benefit of us all. I'm gonna make a very controversial statement before I go. I like raisins. Raisins are good. Let me know if you disagree or if you have any thoughts about art and Instagram. I'd love to hear them. I appreciate you watching till the end. You're the best. And I'll talk to you later. Bye! Honestly, I am a big fan of Draw This in Your Chest. 5,000 likes would be crazy. That would be wild. Props to anyone out there that has achieved that. That's amazing. That's amazing.